Turnpike Sports is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com. And as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weishuttle. Doug, some commentators called last week's action in the NFL betting scene a bloodbath for bettors. And it was pretty bad out there.
Yeah, the sports books did make out really well.
They did, absolutely. What's bad for the bettors is good for the sports books.
Unfortunately, I went all underdog last week and made out pretty good.
You went 3-0 in your picks.
3-0,
Me, myself, I was a part of the bloodbath. I was 1-2,
which happens, and now we have the Major League Baseball playoffs starting up.
Oh, I love it. Yep.
So it'll be interesting to watch what happens. That was a great Monday game last night.
Oh yeah,
two nights ago.
That's the way to end. I guess the over/under was 7.5, and I went the over.
And I did the under.
Yeah, good for you. Boy, you're on a heater here.
Well, it's interesting because I'm starting to do a little bit more analysis before I place a bet instead of doing the normal casual betting thing. And maybe it's helping. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. We got a great show coming up for you. I'm going to be talking with Adam Weinstein, CEO of ThriveFantasy. Then after that, we're going to have the Turnpike Sports Book Report, where we talk about what's going on in the sports books across the country. But right now, it's been a busy week in sports, so let's take a trip down the Turnpike. And today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Okay, we got a couple of news and notes for the sports betting industry. Let's start with D.C., and simply put, D.C. is messed up.
It is. Well, it's messed up in so many ways, but now with sports betting, the courts got involved.
Well, it's interesting. The courts are only involved where it comes to the mobile app side of everything.
Okay.
The backstory is when D.C. was getting this all launched and passed, they just decided to skip the bidding process and just award the contract of running the sports betting operations to Intralot, which also is the D.C. Lottery.
Yep.
And they also, as part of that decision, they lumped in the mobile betting operations in with the contract they gave to Intralot to run the retail operations. So a lot of the mobile sports books like DraftKings and FanDuel did raise opposition to it. Still went through, and they awarded it to Intralot.
Yeah, but they're not part of the present court case right now, I guess.
No, the present court case is a app developer who created a sports betting app, and he filed he filed suit under the the local. There's some local act there that they have to.
Oh, Home Rule, which states that you have to open up. Well, he's claiming that Home Rule says that you have to have a public bidding of a certain aspect, which in this case is sports betting.
And the court agreed, so there's an injunction now.
There's an injunction because the court felt that on the merits he could likely to succeed.
Yeah.
So, which is bad news for Intralot.
So we'll see how that plays out, but right now there's an injunction on everything sports betting in D.C.
And from what I understand, sports betting was scheduled to start in January 2020, but now it's probably going to be pushed back a little bit.
The retail still has an opportunity to start.
Okay.
We'll see. But right now, the mobile will not be starting at all.
Okay.
Over in Illinois, Illinois recently passed their sports betting bill, and the professional teams in Illinois have just made it clear that they want input on the rules. And if they're paying $10 million for a licensing fee to have sports betting in their stadiums and arenas, they want some safeguards here. And I thought the most interesting one, they sent a letter to the Gaming Control Board in Indiana outlining things that they wanted to see in the sports betting rules. This is the one I thought was the most interesting. Competitors can't offer sports wagering at restaurants or anywhere else within the 5-block radius of the stadium or arena.
Okay.
And also, bettors can't wager online in that area either.
Okay. So they're
putting their foot down here.
It's a gambling-free zone around the stadiums.
Well, no,
that's what they want, or they just want the stadiums?
They want their gambling.
Okay, they want their.
If they're paying the $10 million to have sports betting in their stadiums, they want that 5-block radius.
Okay.
They want a buffer zone, is what they're asking for. And also, all advertising and marketing from competitors should be banned from that radius too. So they want no competition within the stadium or just around
They
it.
want a limited monopoly.
Basically.
Like a 5-block radius, did you just say?
5-block radius.
5-block radius.
Around all the stadiums and arenas. I mean, it's all the professional teams, the Bears, Cubs, White Sox, Blackhawks, and the Bulls.
Okay.
So we'll see where they go. They just wanted input on shaping the sports betting areas. We had another state join the mobile sports betting realm. Indiana launched. They launched the French Lick Casino has become the first operator to do Indiana mobile sports betting.
You know, the only way I know French Lick is that's where Larry Bird is from.
I think that's...
Other than that, that's... well, apparently French Lick has a casino now, too, so that's good for them.
Well, no, French Lick's always had a casino.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Indiana. This is Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, they're the first mobile sports bettor, and there's also 2 other licenses that were issued, temporary ones, Aristotle International and IMG Arena, so maybe we'll start seeing some other ones coming down the road, and you always got DraftKings and FanDuel, too.
Yep.
The other thing, Pine Bluff-based Saracen Casino Resort in Arkansas, which is owned by an Oklahoma tribe.
Okay.
Just started sports betting this week, too, taking sports bets.
Wow.
Second casino that will have sports betting.
Great.
Exit 2.
The new yet-to-be-named Call of Duty Esports League has just capped its Season 1 membership. That means they have their number of teams that they want to have for the inaugural year. They capped it at 12 teams for the first season. They're going to be starting in 2020. And here are the teams. Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Florida, the entire state, I guess, London, Minnesota, New York, Paris, Seattle, Toronto, and 2 in Los Angeles.
I love the fact that this is global, you know?
I love the fact that they're in the major cities.
So how does this work? I mean, the Chicago team have players based in Chicago, and they play...
They have a home stadium.
The home stadium
or
in
a
Chicago.
home field, whatever you want to call it.
But they don't travel.
They do travel.
They do travel.
This will be a travel.
Oh, this is awesome.
This is just like a pro sports
league.
This
is great. I love this.
It's Activision Blizzard, and they're using their own model, the Overwatch League, as the model for this new Call of Duty Esports League. And they got some big names owning some teams here. One of the teams are also the owners of the Rams and the Avalanche.
Okay.
Let's see. We also have the Minnesota team is owned by the Wilfs.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings.
Sure.
And one of the Wilpons, who is one of the owners of the Mets, owns the New York team.
Great. Hey.
So he won't be spending money in the right place there either. So no problem. Right. And the franchises, I was astounded at seeing this number. I checked it out a couple different places. They didn't say the exact price for a franchise to buy into this league, but it was rumored to be $25 million per team.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Well,
wow.
Yeah.
It's such big business now. It's amazing.
Well, they're going to be running this exactly like a pro league because the players not only are they not only going to be paid a salary, they're going to be paid a league set minimum salary, and they're going to get health and retirement benefits.
Okay.
So they're approaching this more as a pro league than a gaming league. Let me put it that way. I guess that's the best way to phrase that.
Exit 3.
Well, I mentioned DraftKings in the first exit, just as an aside for the Indiana stuff, but DraftKings made a major deal with the NFL.
Yeah, I heard this.
I was surprised that this is the first time the NFL has an official fantasy sports partner, and that's the deal they made with DraftKings. Mm-hmm. And it's all about fan engagement.
Of course it is.
Which is also a buzzword used in association with sports betting.
I wonder if this is the first step towards sports betting.
The agreement specifically says sports betting is not included.
Okay. But I'm just saying, I wonder if it's the first step.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, this is,
So what this
baby
is...
steps for the NFL.
Exactly. Well, the NFL just made the deal in Australia with Tab for sports betting. So, again, this... basically, it's a similar deal to what we're seeing in the sports betting areas. Use of NFL logos, statistics, highlights, and other content on DraftKings platforms. And, it'll be interesting to see the dichotomy here because in addition to this deal with the NFL, which is a major deal, they're going to be doing all these different pop-up things throughout the season. They made this deal in
They who?
DraftKings made another deal that kind of relates to the NFL deal they just made. DraftKings and Pepsi have entered into a partnership.
Okay.
DraftKings and Pepsi will be launching the Pepsi Live Prediction Challenge. So it's another predictive game, and which seemed to be all the rage.
Sure. I can't wait to see I always loved the DraftKings Sportsbook down in Resorts Casino in Atlantic City, and I wonder if Pepsi is going to be more present now.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
It's one of those things because Caesars is also a proud sponsor of the NFL.
Oh, okay.
So, there's going to be something in Atlantic City, but DraftKings is in resorts.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to play out, if, NFL, Pepsi. But you got to look at this because it's going to make you wonder, not only with the sports betting stuff, but what is DraftKings going to do around the Super Bowl? Because the Super Bowl is the NFL's big game, obviously. Mm-hmm. Pepsi's an official sponsor of the NFL and also specifically the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting to see if you see a predictive game for the Super Bowl between Pepsi, NFL, and DraftKings.
I'm sure there'll be one.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
But, again, predictive gaming, you have NFL with DraftKings, DraftKings with Pepsi, Pepsi with the NFL. So there's a little roundabout there. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what goes on when Super Bowl time comes around.
Exit 4.
Last but not least, we don't talk too much NBA too often here.
Well, it's coming up.
And technically, we're still not going to talk NBA. We're going to talk G League.
Preseason now, so.
But we're going to talk a little G League here. G League, and everyone's been talking about this, and I think it's very interesting to see exactly how, if and when this translates to the NBA from the G League. The G League wants to get away with multiple foul shots. So if you're fouled doing a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, the G League has now put a rule into place that one foul shot will cover all your foul shots.
I'm curious to see how this looks and how this. I don't know why they're doing it. I guess they want to move the game a little quicker. Is that what we're trying to do here?
The estimate is this rule will cut off 6 to 8 minutes per game.
So they want to
faster game.
They want to do what baseball is trying to do and speed up the game.
They want to shorten the game. I don't know how much more you can speed up a basketball game.
Yeah.
You can shorten the game, the time. And the NBA immediately said they'll keep an eye on this, but
absolutely.
They threw out this statistic, which was interesting to me, that their players do better on the second and third foul shots than the first foul shot.
Well, sure. A lot of if you get fouled shooting a 3-point shot, sometimes they're treating the first shot like a practice shot, getting the length and the range and things like that. So now it's a little difficult now.
Well, I don't see it translating into the NBA right away. I think they're going to want to see how the
G
season
League
goes.
does it. Yeah, that's what the G League is there for.
I think for bettors, this is something to watch, especially if you're betting on G League basketball. Which
I don't bet on G League basketball. I don't know.
I might have to now because if they're cutting down the number of foul shots, it's going to affect the over/under of games.
That's true. That's true.
You know, it'll be interesting because there's an extra shot missing.
Well,
and again, if they don't make the first shot,
I'm assuming if you're driving to the hoop and you get fouled, will that one free throw count as 2 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get 2 shots.
So
instead of 2, again, if it's in the last 2 minutes,
I guess it depends on what kind of
the one little caveat. It's within the last 2 minutes of the game of the half. The old rule applies. You still get your number of shots, so there's not going to be hack-a-shack all the time here with this stuff. But yeah, it's again. But the NBA stats saying that they more often than not the players miss the first free throw may actually give an over/under line a difference. Whether it goes up or down, be interesting to see. You may see better foul shooting as a result too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of players need that, especially you got guys like. Who's the guy on the Sixers? Ben Simmons. Can't hit a free throw and all that. But there are a lot of bad free throw shooters.
Yeah, but... Well, today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with the show. Call or text us 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910 is our call or text line. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle for both Facebook and Twitter. Feel free to reach out there. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the show through iTunes, iHeartMedia, Stitcher Radio, YouTube. You can actually listen to the show also through the radio.com mobile app. And don't forget, you catch us on our smart TV channel, Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Just head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com and click on our Smart TV channel button.
And stick around after this. I'm going to be talking with Adam Weinstein, CEO of ThriveFantasy. Then later on, we're going to have the Turnpike Sports Book Report, where we talk about what's going on in the sports books across the country. And then later on, we're going to have our all-important pick segment, where Doug hit it out of the park last week. So stick around. All that's coming up on Turnpike Sports. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. A restraining order from a judge will delay Washington, D.C.'s rollout of sports betting. The order is the result of a lawsuit filed by Dylan Carragher, creator of a sports betting app, in which he claims that the awarding of a sports betting contract to Intralot without an open bidding process was against the district's Home Rule Act. Mobile sports betting has launched in Indiana. The Indiana Gaming Commission gave the green light to Rush Street Gaming, who has partnered with French Lick Casino, to go live with their online sportsbook. The commission also issued licenses to Aristotle International and IMG Arena. And finally, it looks like New Jersey has done it again. The Garden State has beaten Nevada in sports betting handle for August with over $293 million wagered, as compared to Nevada's $287.8 million. And coming in third place is Pennsylvania with a handle of $109 million. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports. Football is back, and the only place you need to go for all your college and pro betting action is PointsBet.com. If you haven't signed up with PointsBet, now is the perfect time. Awesome daily promos, odds boosters you won't find anywhere else, early payout promos, it's all at PointsBet.com, and you can bet from anywhere in New Jersey using your mobile device. And now PointsBet has a brand new offer for you, New Jersey, to welcome back football. Sign up using our promo code PIKE and you'll receive a free $100 bonus with a deposit of $50. That's right, you deposit $50 and you'll be able to bet with $150. Football is back and PointsBet is the place to be. Remember, you deposit $50, you bet with $150. And make sure you use our promo code PIKE to get this special sign-up offer. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. Plus, free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. Go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus the 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. That's BABE16, because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back, Turnpike Sports here. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk to our next guest. You know, you can't listen to a sports radio or TV show without the host referring in some way about fantasy sports. And one of the newest and I think most innovative fantasy sports platform out there is ThriveFantasy. And we are lucky to have the CEO and founder of ThriveFantasy, Adam Weinstein, with us. Adam, thanks for joining us.
I'm happy to do it. Thanks for having me.
You know, like I said, everyone's talking about fantasy sports nowadays, but tell me about the founding of ThriveFantasy. What was your inspiration for creating ThriveFantasy?
Yeah, absolutely. So ThriveFantasy is actually a daily fantasy sports platform for player propositions or prop bets. So there are pretty much 2 big players in the daily fantasy sports space, FanDuel and DraftKings, but the biggest problem is that such a small percentage of users account for winning most of the money. So I wanted to create something that the new user or a more casual type of player has the ability at winning at a much more consistent basis. So what we've done is we created this new experience, this new type of game concept where you create, instead of a roster of 1 quarterback or 2 running backs or 2 wide receivers, we give you a list of 20 prop bets, and you have to pick 10 out of the 20. So really easy, very straightforward, more of a pick-up-and-play type of mentality, and people seem to really enjoy it.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up. I've interviewed a lot of people from the fantasy sports world, and I was shocked to discover how few people win at the traditional type of daily fantasy sports. I mean, the big winners use the algorithms and computer programs, and they usually win most of the money. It seems when I'm looking at ThriveFantasy, you sort of level the playing field for people who play fantasy sports. Did that come into your thinking when developing ThriveFantasy?
Yeah, 100%. So, as you alluded to, about 2% of users win over 90% of the money, which is just absurd. In any other industry, that would be considered a scam. But, yeah, we just wanted to pick. So, the main thing is, like, as you alluded to with the algorithms, if you have to do a player pool of 1,000 players, these algorithms will just permutate and optimize all for you. As the casual fan, you have no shot against these computers. So, again, we only give you a list of 20 players. And with that said, these are the household names. These are the LeBron Jameses, the Tom Brady's of the world. We're not asking you about the wide receiver 3 of the Vikings. We don't care about those guys. So these are the guys that you know you want to engage with. And, again, it's really easy over-unders, and it's much more fun.
Yeah, I think the most I ever won on a daily fantasy platform was $10 in 1 week, and I was shocked that happened to me. But but I love the fact that ThriveFantasy focuses more on the prop betting aspect of the games. Now, can you give us an example of how people can play on ThriveFantasy?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are on Android, iOS, and web. So just thrivefantasy.com, one word. If you search us in the App Store or the Play Store, you're very easy to find us. But yeah, it's really easy. We have contests ranging from $2 up to $200. So if you're more of the beginner type, we have contests for you. If you want to play a little bigger, we have those players as well.
Now, I took a look at your platform, and one of the more interesting things is you have a 3-person tournament, which I think is really great. What are those, and how do people play on those?
Yeah, so the three-person tournament is actually very, very popular, in which if you come in first or second place gets their money back, first place takes third place's money. So as long as you come into the top 66%, you're at least breaking even. So, yeah, a new concept there as well, and definitely something that as long as you don't come in dead last, you'll be fine.
Now, we talked a little bit about the three-person tournaments, but what other kind of contests do you offer on Thrive Fantasy?
Sure. So we do heads up, so it's just one player A versus player B, just you versus someone else. We do have big tournaments. Our big tournaments every night are $20 contests with $1,000 guaranteed. So that's obviously a 50 or 60 person tournament. For NFL, we have big contests as well, normally about $1,500 or $2,000 guaranteed. Obviously, Super Bowl's coming up. We'll probably have like a $10,000 guarantee for the big one.
You know, you alluded to it a little while ago, but the one great thing about Thrive Fantasy is you have the big name athletes for the players to select, which with some very useful stats on those players. What was your rationale for using the better known athletes on your site for the customer selections?
Well, it's just pretty straightforward in the sense that if you have a casual guy looking, you have a no name out there, they might be like, I don't understand what's going on here. It's not very engaging in that sense. But if the first player you see is LeBron James or Andrew Luck, you're like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. This is fun. This is easy. I know who this guy is if I see him. So we just wanted to make this as all the problems that daily fantasy has in the industry now, we wanted to turn those into opportunities. So again, just the top tier guys, you'll never have to worry about not knowing who's on our platform.
I got to tell you, that is such a great idea because I guess most casual fantasy players, I really don't have 40 hours to do research or look at charts or, see past performances of these players. And I think when you have a big name player and you have some of his stats from past games, I think it's such a great resource for the daily fantasy sports player.
I appreciate that. And yeah, that's exactly right. We've actually had people email us in that the guys who've actually won our big tournaments have made their lineup in less than 10 minutes, which if you did that on FanDuel or DraftKings or the bigger sites, you would get crushed 100% of the time. So if you don't have hours upon hours of time to research, then definitely give us a shot. You'll have a much better chance at winning.
I got to tell you, another great feature you have on Thrive Fantasy is that you can substitute players if at the last second a player that you choose becomes inactive. I can't tell you how many times I've had a lineup blow up in my face because I didn't know a player I chose had become inactive at the very last minute. Can you explain that feature on Thrive Fantasy a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So it's a huge pain point in the DFS industry. So just actually Monday night, New Year's Eve, Anthony Davis was a last-second scratch, and people are out partying or what have you, and if you had him in your lineup, you're, for all intents and purposes, screwed. So what we've done is we've created, it's called in case of emergency picks. So if you make your lineup and all of a sudden the guy doesn't play for an unforeseen circumstance, or in baseball, if the game gets rained out, we actually enforce that you pick two in case of emergency picks, in which we automatically implement that guy into your primary lineup if one of your primary guys goes down. So again, we're making it much, much easier for the casual fan. If you make your lineup and you have other things to do, whether it's a wedding or whatever, what have you, you don't have to worry. We have backups and safety net to put into place for you.
I think that is such a great idea. I mean, I've interviewed people from the fantasy sports scene, and that was their one big concern when, I think one of the guys say, I keep my eyes open at Twitter, and that really helps me to figure out if someone's playing or not. I love the fact that Thrive Fantasy has really solved that problem.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Obviously, if you're engaged on Twitter, you're looking at last-second updates, then you're for the most part, you'll be fine. But if you don't have that ability or you're running around doing A, B, or C, we have your back.
I mean, it just sounds like an amazing concept and an amazing platform. What has been the response to people who've played on Thrive Fantasy?
Yeah, it's actually unbelievable. People are always being like, holy crap, this is the new thing. Like, we're going to be on this way more than FanDuel or DraftKings. Obviously, the only reason the big guys are the big guys is because they have these $1 million guarantees or $1 million to first. We clearly don't have that budget or that backing, but if you have some time, if you have 5, 10, 15 minutes and you want to win a couple $100, we're not giving away 50 or 100K, but there is some decent money to be had on our site. So people are like, holy crap, once this thing gets to the masses, this could be massive.
Like I said, I think it's a great idea. And I think you're the guy who I want to ask this opinion about. Right now I'm sitting in New Jersey, and there's a lot of legal online sports betting sites. I know both FanDuel and DraftKings offer sports betting to their customers. Do you see sports betting and fantasy sports as competitors in the marketplace, or do you feel that they're a good complement to each other?
100% a compliment. I was actually at a conference a couple months ago. They say like 60% of fantasy players at least have made a wager in their life. So by no means is fantasy sports going to die or go downhill. It's actually going to become bigger, in my opinion. Sports gambling was always considered taboo or an underground type of industry right before sports betting in May or PASPA got overturned. But now it's coming to the forefront. It's estimated at a $150 billion industry just in the U.S. alone. So there's going to be a ton of money being pumped into it, a ton of advertising, all that. So in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to be seeing both of these markets really skyrocket.
Like I said before, I think Thrive Fantasy is an amazing concept. How do people start playing on Thrive Fantasy?
Yeah, sure. So again, ThriveFantasy.com, very, very straightforward on web. And we are on the Google and Play Store. We have a really slick app. But as far as deposit bonuses, we will match your first deposit up to $10. It's no slow release, so you'll instantly see that into your account, which is really nice. You don't have to play thousands of dollars in order to get your $50 promotion like you'd have to do on some other sites. But yeah, really easy. We're on paper. We do PayPal, so pretty standard and pretty efficient in that way as well.
Adam, we're running out of time, but I just think Thrive Fantasy is an absolute unique fantasy sports platform, and I urge everyone out there to check it out because, in my opinion, it's a breath of fresh air on the fantasy sports scene. Adam Weinstein, founder and CEO of Thrive Fantasy, thanks for coming on.
I appreciate it.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
A real abandoned prison in Philadelphia becomes the #1 haunted attraction in America. Terror Behind the Walls at Eastern State Penitentiary, presented by Lukoil. Are you brave enough to opt in for a more intense experience? You could be grabbed, sent into hidden passageways, and even separated from your group. This is terror like you've never felt. Save $10 with coupons from any Lukoil location. TerrorBehindTheWalls.com.
When it comes to online sports betting, PlaySugarHouse.com offers players one of the best experiences in the state of New Jersey. PlaySugarHouse.com offers millions of betting options on the sports you love. They offer live in-game betting on sporting events worldwide, moneyline bets, point spreads, prop bets, play-by-play bets, and many more. All at PlaySugarHouse.com, your new home for sports betting in New Jersey. Take advantage of one of their 12 easy deposit methods to get in on all the action. And now, when you sign up at PlaySugarHouse.com using our promo code PIKE, they'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, better odds at PlaySugarHouse.com. Sign up today at PlaySugarHouse.com and don't forget to use our promo code PIKE to take advantage of their first deposit match up to $250. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report.
And the Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sports book, available anywhere in New Jersey. BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, and you get a risk-free bet up to $300 and $20 bonus dollars at BorgataCasino.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, just to start off the book report, New Jersey beat Nevada again in sports betting handle.
New Jersey.
You know, and this time also in revenue, too.
All right.
There's still some debate as to what New Jersy counts versus what Nevada counts, all that stuff.
The whole thing is New Jersey counts future bets.
Yeah.
So
Nevada doesn't.
It'd
be interesting to see how the revenue breaks down for the future bets.
Sure.
But New Jersey had, in August, $293.6 million in revenue, and Nevada came in with $287.8 million.
That's handle, right?
That's handle. I'm sorry. Did I say revenue?
Yeah.
$293.6 million in revenue.
Handle.
Boy, I'm looking at my notes, and I got handle and revenue next to each other. I apologize. And Nevada had $287.8 million in handle. Revenue, New Jersey had just over $25 million, and Nevada had $18.7 million in revenue.
Yep.
And again, just under
and bringing up third place is Pennsylvania, who's going to, I think, do some amazing things in the next couple of months.
It'll be interesting to see. They came in with $109 million in handle.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
but this is August.
Yeah,
this is August.
This is a dead month.
This is not
supposedly a dead month.
Okay, this is not when. This is prior to the NFL season, so this should be interesting.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania has two NFL teams.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh and Eagles, so should be interesting.
And again, New Jersey came in just under 85% of all sports betting was done on a mobile or phone or tablet mobile device.
Well, look, it's so convenient. I mean, when I'm in a sports book, when I'm physically in a sports book, I'm still betting with my phone. So, it's not, it's just convenient. I don't have to get up off my seat and go to a window. And what makes it better for the mobile is when you collect on a bet. I haven't been doing that very often these last couple of weeks, but no, when you collect, it just puts money right into your account.
It puts it right into your online wallet.
Yep.
And then you withdraw it to your real wallet when you get a chance. But, it'll be interesting to see what Pennsylvania comes up with in September here, because they should be reporting that soon, probably within about a week or so.
Yeah. It's just the first couple days in October, so September number should be out in a week or so, I guess.
About a week or so. But let's talk about some of the bets that happen in some of the books around the country here. In Nevada, let's start there. I came across, and this was reported by Covers, and they do a great job with the sports betting stuff. A bettor at Mandalay Sportsbook took a six-figure loss on the Redskins against the Giants. But he got back to even with a $110,000 bet on the Bears.
Yep.
So he had a up and down day, and then to end the day, I guess is what he did. He put $20,000 on the Saints.
Great
at 2.5.
He did good.
Yeah, no, he actually ended up the end of the day up $20,000.
It's important that you finished the day strong.
Well, I was shocked at that Saints Cowboys game. I did a parlay on the personal side, and I did the over. I thought there was going to be a lot of scoring in that game.
Yeah.
Who knew the Saints were going to be held to 4 field goals?
That's it. Yeah, and still won.
That's a game the Cowboys should win.
Yep,
but they didn't. There was also a whole bunch of bets. MGM in Nevada accepted a half dozen six-figure point spread bets, 2 on the Bears, 1 on the Redskins. Cardinals, Lions, and Buccaneers all got six-figure point spread bets. The Redskins and Cardinals failed to cover, so sorry about that. But, somebody lost big on those games. Caesars reported that more money had been bet on the Chiefs-Lions game, more than any other bet. Any other game.
If you remember last week, one of my picks was the Chiefs. I mean, they won, but they didn't cover. So
what was it, 7 point?
7.5.
Because I know the final was 34-30.
Yeah.
But according to Caesars, 90% of the bets had been on that game.
Yeah, I can imagine. It was a great game. I think it was the best in the last Sunday.
The Patriot game had 80%, just about, a little over that.
For the second week in a row, the Patriots failed to cover.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's good for the Rhode Island books, because I'm sure a lot of people put a lot of money on the Patriots to win more than, what was it, 7.5?
It was 7.
Something, 7?
But
yeah, it was
Rhode Island was offering the Patriots at 6.5. So they
still lost.
They didn't cover.
The bettors still lost.
Yeah.
So,
But
and the sports books made out in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
That's what they got in.
Well,
that's what they got to do.
Here, since you say Rhode Island, I might as well just jump to it. Had a bet for $100,000, not on the Patriots, but on the Saints.
Smart.
And it paid out $200,000.
Wow.
Doubled
That's
his money.
Smart.
And in Atlantic City, William Hill Sportsbook took a $150,000 wager on the Giants, which paid out $125,000. So they almost doubled their money from the bet. Let's see. Also, this was interesting. A bettor lost just over $500,000 on 2 bets on the Browns last week. Same guy came back to William Hill Sportsbook in Ocean Casino and placed a $275,000 bet on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow, that's
plus
great.
4 against the Packers.
That's great. They were underdogs against the Packers.
Yeah, the Eagles won and they covered. So was it 34-27 was the final for that?
Something like that. Yeah.
So and just to round out the betting, back in Nevada, we have the NHL starting up. Actually,
I can't wait.
Today, Thursday.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait.
So Flyers start on Friday.
Friday at 2:00. They're playing in Europe against the Chicago Blackhawks.
Where is it? London? Or
I
is
have
it...
no. No, I think it's. I think it's Eastern Europe.
Oh, okay. But they're at the Superbook in Vegas. One bettor has placed multiple bets on the Golden Knights season opener against the San Jose Sharks.
Well, look, I think they're up there. I mean, I think they're going to be in the mix. So that's
$85,000 on the Knights.
Wow, that's
So
that's a pretty smart bet.
I'm actually glad to see some of these bets coming in because I know a lot of people aren't used to betting this big. I know we have Mattress Mac going around the country now. What do you do?
What a great story.
$3.5 million at the DraftKings sportsbook at the Scarlet Pearl in
Sure, yeah,
Mississippi.
I guess for the Houston Astros to win the World Series
to cover his promo.
Yeah.
This third time he's doing a promo like this, and now he can go
so
around the country.
What's the promo? If the
Astros win, everybody who purchased something from his store, mattress or bedding or whatever it is, for $3,000 or more gets all their money back.
Wow.
And, he stepped in it last year or in 2017 when he did this. And so he's hedging his bet here. He just bet 3.5 in Mississippi. Supposedly he's going to be having somebody go around betting in New Jersey as well.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking since DraftKings took the bet in Mississippi,
sure,
resorts, the DraftKings book in resorts is probably going to do the same thing.
Well,
we don't know.
We don't know. It'd be interesting to see who will take that liability. What sportsbook's going to take that liability? But you know what? It's what did DraftKings CEO say? That's what sportsbooks are there for.
Exactly.
I mean
that's the perfect answer, and that's why they wanted this. And I can't understand a sportsbook that would turn away a bet like that.
Well,
I mean, maybe one of the smaller ones.
The Astros are favored.
Yeah.
I think if they were not favored, I think the sports books would be more open to accepting a bet like that. But
Yep.
So.
All right.
Well, the Turnpike Sports Book Report was brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sports book. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, and you get a risk-free bet up to $300 and 20 bonus dollars at BorgataCasino.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Stick around. It's pick time. Doug is on fire, so you may want to listen to him more than me. But we'll see how we do when we get back with more Turnpike Sports.
We'll get right back to the show, but I want to take a minute to talk to you about Bean Genius. How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at BeanGenius.com. And Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at BeanGenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to BeanGenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at BeanGenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. BeanGenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
Borgata made history by becoming the first Atlantic City casino to offer land-based sports betting. Now, 1 year later, Borgata adds to its history by launching its own online sports betting platform, BorgataSports.com. BorgataSports.com players can enjoy the same range of sports bets currently offered at Borgata's land-based sportsbook, the new Moneyline Bar and Book. You'll find straight bets, parlay bets, live in-game betting, and much, much more at BorgataSports.com. And now when you sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, you get a risk-free bet up to $300 and $20 bonus at BorgataCasino.com. Borgata has made history again with BorgataSports.com. Sign up today with promo code PIKE and get your free bet up to $300 and your $20 bonus money at BorgataCasino.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey. BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And this portion of Turnpike Sports is brought to you by PointsBet.com. PointsBet has one of the best sign-up offers in New Jersey. Go to PointsBet.com and sign up using our promo code PIKE. That's P-I-K-E. And when you deposit $50, you'll receive a $100 bonus. That's deposit $50 and you bet with $150. So sign up today at PointsBet.com using our promo code PIKE and start having some real fun. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, we're here in our NFL pick segment.
Yep, I went 1-2 last week.
And I did 3-0.
You did
and
Triple Crown.
The totals right now, you are 5-7 for the season so far.
Yep.
I am 7-5. You can see it up on the screen on the TV side. So please check that out. And
I say this every time. This is a time when I jump back into this thing.
Well, I have to admit, I'm better at the early part of the season where weird stuff happens.
Yeah.
Because I think the first 4 to 6 games of the NFL season are more unpredictable than the back end.
Sure, I think that's when I think a stat came out that the underdogs win over 55% of the time, but after the 4th or 5th week, that number drops down to like 46, 47% of the time. So, everyone has film on everyone else now, so everyone knows what to expect.
That's also when my win rate goes down, too.
Well,
so,
we'll see.
I got lucky. I mean, I went with the dogs all last week.
Yeah, no, it was all
3
dogs.
underdogs,
Yeah.
Carolina, Jaguars, and what was the other guy? Carolina, Jaguars, and I cannot remember my last pick. Whatever it was, I won it.
All right.
So I went against the trend. So, and as always, you will see these picks posted up on the Turnpike Sports blog after this show is released. Go over to turnpikesportsradio.com and click on the blog button on the website, and you'll see them posted about an hour or so after the show is released. We each pick 3 games, and we put them up, and we just have fun with it, trying to figure this stuff out as we go along here. We're not experts. By no means.
Obviously.
By no means. So, we try and have fun. If you want to comment on any of the picks or bring your own picks, that's fine too. info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Comment on the blog or even Facebook and Twitter @Turnpike Sports. So you want to start?
Sure, why not? My first game is the Houston Texans versus the Atlanta Falcons. Houston Texans are favored by 5, and the over-under is 49. I got to tell you, the Falcons looked terrible last week against the Titans, and, they have absolutely no pass rush, so I'm expecting a really big day from Texan quarterback Deshaun Watson. And I love this stat. Atlanta is 4-14 versus the spread as a visitor, so I'm going with the Texans. I'm taking the Texans and laying the 5 points.
Alrighty, my first game is the Arizona Cardinals at Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are favored by 3.5 points.
Which is shocking.
Yeah.
You saw that Monday night game. They were just
That's exactly
disgusting.
my thinking when I picked this game. The over-under is 47.5. Like you were saying, the Bengals looked terrible Monday night against the Steelers, and the Steelers were running the Wildcat most of the time.
Yeah.
They didn't trust their quarterback to throw downfield, so, they got beat by the Wildcat.
Yep, he had one big throw to 4 touchdowns.
But I think that was a short pass that the guy broke.
No, it was a big one. No,
it was a big one? Okay.
Mason Rudolph, yeah.
Well, he's decent, I guess.
Yeah, no, he's...
I mean, Steelers are now 1-3. I think the Bengals are almost like the Dolphins and the Jets. They're the cure that, for everybody.
And Washington Redskins, don't forget
and the Redskins.
That.
But, again, I can't believe the spread that the Bengals are favored by 3.5 here. And, the Bengals are 0-1 against the spread at home this year, and the Cardinals are 1-0 against the spread as a road team. So both teams are struggling offensively. I think I'm seeing a lot more progress from the Cardinals with Kingsbury and Murray than I am seeing anything from the Bengals. And now the Bengals have both Green and Ross out. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring. I'm doing the under 47.5 for this game.
Yeah, I like that. My next game is the Denver Broncos versus the LA Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 6.5 points, and the over-under is 43.5. The Broncos defense is just plain terrible. I think they had their first sack last week, and it's just terrible. It's just awful. I think Phillip Rivers is going to sit back there all day and just fling it around, so he's going to be very comfortable in the pocket. And you know what? Hey, Melvin Gordon's back with the Chargers, so I'm taking the Chargers and laying the points.
Well, surprisingly, I did this game too.
Went the other way, huh?
No.
Yeah?
I agreed with you.
Okay.
I'm putting my pick out now, 6.5. I went with the Chargers.
Yeah, I went with the Chargers.
I just don't see the Broncos.
Do we call that a turnpike lock?
I guess so, but or a rest stop.
Yeah, rest stop.
But you mentioned the defenses. I was looking at the Denver offense not doing anything. They're averaging only like about 14, 15 points a game. And the Chargers' offense is somewhere in the 20s. They've hit 30 a couple times this year in 4 games. Mm-hmm. First division game for the Chargers, too. If this was in Denver, I might have to go with the Broncos because the Chargers seem to have trouble in Denver. Mm-hmm. But it's in L.A., first division game. I don't see the Chargers losing this, especially with Gordon back in the backfield. So Chargers 6.5.
All right, my next game is the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are favored by 3.5 with an over-under of 47. I think this is going to be a very close game. I think the Packers had a long week to figure out the defensive problems they had against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Dallas offense showed me nothing against the New Orleans Saints. And, because it's 3.5, that half point means something for me. So I'm taking the underdog Packers, who, by the way, might actually win this.
I actually think they will, but okay. I didn't go with that game.
Is that your game too? Or
no, I didn't do that game.
No?
As people can hear, sometimes we hit the same game, but we don't tell each other these picks
beforehand. So
I went Jacksonville Jaguars at Carolina Panthers for my last game. Panthers are favored by 3.5. There's an over/under of 41. Now I picked both of these teams last week.
Okay,
and I actually enjoyed watching both of these teams play. They both have young quarterbacks that came in relief of an injured starter, and they're actually succeeding in their offenses, respectively. Minshew
I feel bad for Nick Foles. Boy, he finally got a starting job, and what happened?
What I say, he got Wentzed?
Yeah.
He got Wentzed again. But, again, both teams have good defenses. I think Jacksonville has a little bit better defense than Carolina right now. Jacksonville's playing really good. They're 2-0 against the spread as an away dog, and Carolina is 0-2 against the spread at home. So, while I do like both of them, I'm going to keep riding the underdog Jags for a little while longer. I'm going Jags plus 3.5.
All right, do we do a recap now?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I'm taking the Texans, I'm taking the Chargers, and I'm taking the underdog Packers.
And I went with the under 47.5 point total for the Cardinals-Bengals game. I went with the Jaguars plus 3.5 and the Chargers favored by 6.5. I chose the Chargers. And again, these picks will be put up on the Turnpike Sports blog. Just head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com. Click on the blog button. Feel free to comment on them. Feel free to make fun of them. Feel free to have a pity party if we all go 0-3 here again.
Well, that'll do for us. Enjoy the weekend. Boy, you got the NHL starting. You got playoff baseball. You got college football. You got the NFL. What a great weekend.
And you got the NBA just around the corner, too.
Yeah, NBA is right around the corner. So enjoy yourself this weekend. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.